Hello, everybody. I want to cover one of the first questions that I received, and that was about color packing tuning, how to set up the machine for color packing. With everything that I'm going to be explaining, a lot of it is preference. There are some, let's say, general ideas as far as tuning goes, how the machine should run for doing certain things. Normally with color packers, that means a little bit of a harder hit and not extremely fast. If you're running too fast, especially when you're using thicker pigments, it could be that the pigment doesn't have enough time to actually flow. So it's usually better to have a medium speed and for more traditional style color packing, and usually a longer stroke. So for my machine, since most people are packing color, I would say with needles 9 and up, I would recommend at least a medium sized magnet. I normally use the larger magnet, the largest size, and I'll use that, just a single magnet up front, the largest magnet here. I'll usually use that up to about 25 mags. Sometimes with a 25 mag and higher, I might actually put a second magnet onto the back here, but that's pretty rare, and it's especially for the first and second generation machines, it's not really necessary. I would recommend just sticking with the largest one. One thing about those, when you're using a larger magnets back here on any of the generations of machines, it's a really high tension between the armature bar and the motor. So to be able to start up, it needs a lot of torque. And if you're using batteries or lower amperage power supplies, it could be that it has a hard time kicking over and actually starting. With the newer generation, the third generation machines, it's pretty easy. I just remove the motor, start the motor, and then put it on as it's running, and it's running fine. With the first and second generation machines, could be you have to pull down on the armature bar to sort of help it kick over. That usually it's enough to get it going. And also, what's one thing that's pretty cool about this machine is that you're able to slow the timing down with the voltage, but because you're using a larger magnet, you don't lose that snap. So that's really nice for color packing thick, heavy pigments. You could slow it down and let the ink flow, but when it does come time to hit, it still snaps it in really hard. And that's really good. It's something that I don't really know of any other machine that can do that. Most machines, especially rotaries, when you lower the voltage, you're actually slowing the speed at the needle punctures the skin. And with this one, it's not like that. It still comes in fast and hard, just less often, you know. There's also a new sort of, more of a blackout style technique of color packing that a lot of people do. Honestly, I don't do it that much. I've tried it a few times, and from what I've heard and what I've learned is that people like short strokes and they're running really fast, and also with the larger magnet. So if anything, just shorten your stroke, put a larger magnet, and run a little bit faster, and it should be pretty much what you're looking for. But like I said, a lot of it is preference. You know, it's going to come down to you, what kind of work you're doing. But like I said, I recommend experimenting. Try it and see what you like. But like I said, a longer stroke, harder hit, a little bit slower is usually a really great color packer. All right. Thank you, guys.